Tranquil Dialogue. Your hosts, Jen and I.
Ethel.
Yes,
It's
it's
been a
been a
journey.
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a journey. I remember, I think, beginning of last year. Yeah,
It's been a while.
it's been a while. So, Tranquil Dialogue.
They say you don't cook good things overnight, right? I think
No.
Flavor would say if you're Nigerian, or even
Yes,
if you're not, you've heard his music.
exactly.
Better soup na money kill 'em.
Oh,
Meaning, like, to make something nice, you need
you need,
money
yeah.
to buy the nice ingredients, the
Mm,
finest there is. And yeah, well,
mm.
that's my understanding of the song.
So for me, I also I would compare Tranquil Dialogue like a pregnant mom. So Tranquil Dialogue was conceived last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So
That's,
finally the baby is born, and
mm-hmm.
the baby is about to start walking and running. The baby is right now crawling,
Yeah.
but it's about to run.
That's a great analogy. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yes, that's.
So yeah, so that's why Tranquil Dialogue.
We watch and consume a lot of content, but I think for
We
most
lack
part,
our very
yeah,
own
local
local
experience.
experience, more especially from women.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to get people's experiences, but we also want individuals to get empowered uh, by Tranquil Dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
We realize that there's a lot of people that we use our phones a lot, including me. I laugh a lot. I watch content online and
Mm-hmm.
it makes me happy sometimes.
Of course, yeah.
So we are hoping Tranquil Dialogue can impact people the same as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we want people to come on and feel different
When they listen to
when they
us, when they
listen, when
hear,
they
when they
watch us,
see
even our
us, yeah,
guests. Yeah.
yeah. And I think we've already interviewed some of our guests,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been wowed by what they see, like just the environment, the ambience, the
Mm.
how welcoming and hospitable we are. I
Mm.
think.
We've also worked hard. To be quite honest with you, I would say we're setting a benchmark. So we've worked so hard. The guests have been amazing. There are some I've learned a lot
Mm-hmm.
from, and I've picked a leaf from
Mm-hmm.
each and every episode. There's a leaf that I've picked,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I feel as me, I'm learning as well,
Of course,
from
yeah.
them. So I feel like this was much needed in this period of time,
Mm-hmm.
and Tranquil Dialogue is here to stay.
We've had a great season, I would say, with
Mm.
everyone we've spoken to. As you said, you've picked out a leaf from each episode, each guest perhaps as
But
well.
yeah, and like it's really great working with you.
Oh, thank
You are
you.
an amazing person to work with.
Am
Yeah.
I? No, I think I am, but I'm
Keep
all
somebody
right.
on a check.
But I am okay. We're okay. You're wonderful to work with too.
Thank
I
you.
think we work well together.
We do work well together.
Yeah,
We
it's
do
been
work
a
well
bit of
together.
pressure though, but it's been
Big
good.
time pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah, but finally we're here.
we made it.
We
We're in the
made it,
last
and
scene.
yeah, we made it, and now we're saying, okay, what's next? What next from here?
I think even before what's next, to recap, let's recap what we've done and discussed so far. I think the beginning, which was interesting, shooting that was interesting for me. One of the first episodes we shot, which was about building trust and relationship.
Yeah.
Sorry, building or rebuilding
Oh, believe
trust.
me, the nerves were there. We were all like,
Yeah,
okay, we don't know what to do. We're nervous. We've
yeah,
never met these our guests,
yeah.
so it
Most of
was
our
like
guests,
we
yeah,
like, and then there was traffic. You came late and all that. So
yeah.
it all those
Hey, I didn't come late on purpose. Let's be
yeah.
clear,
That's why I'm saying traffic.
So no, it wasn't traffic. Sorry, Jen. No, it wasn't traffic. I arrived on time when I got my makeup done, and then the makeup just took longer. And then from there, I had to go pick up someone else.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, so it wasn't traffic.
but in the end of the day, we got there.
Yeah, we did. We started off talking to two beautiful ladies
Yeah.
about building relationships, and not just intimate relationships, but even friendships. If you've been betrayed, how do you build and rebuild that, or can you rebuild that? And I think for people who listen to the episode, it will be hard to rebuild, But for
Yeah.
some, they can, but there are others who said, no way.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the episode was really nice. Our guests were amazing.
Yeah,
And
they really exhausted some of they really went into detail. They gave us like really good details on it. But for me, the thing is, for me, I just think it's hard. You can't rebuild trust.
you can't, yeah.
You,
Why is that?
um okay, if it's with the same person,
Mm-hmm.
I can never rebuild that trust. It will never happen with the same person,
Yeah,
because I'm not an expert, but I'm going to say what I feel.
of course.
If someone broke my trust,
Mm-hmm.
once I shed tears and cry,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's the first stage of grieving for
For
me.
you, yeah.
So I'm letting go of a lot of things, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I will start thinking about the memories. I will think about a lot of things. And then I'll be reminded by how they betrayed my trust. You know, somebody cannot betray my trust just like by saying a mere thing, and, it has to take something big
Yeah.
for me to pull back. But once I get out of there, you're, I don't know if I should say this,
No.
you're non-existent to
You
me.
know, which is fair, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So then the next person that comes on, it's about me walking on eggshells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me though, it's just naturally, I want to say it's something I inherited, but I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
It's difficult, extremely difficult for me to trust people.
Yeah, which is good.
It doesn't
Which is
matter who
so
you
good.
are, even my family, friends, and no one has ever done anything wrong for me
Mm.
not to trust them. And I can remember vividly when I was young, I was probably between 10 and 13.
Mm.
And we went to visit my aunt in Nigeria with my grandmother. I grew up with my grandmother. And then
Mm.
while we were there, in the middle of the night, Nigeria, of course, the light went off.
Mm-hmm.
We said NEPA took the light, NEPA don't take light.
Yeah.
And as I was there, this is my grandmother who was there when I was born. I grew up with her.
Mm.
I was asking her because it was dark, and I thought I was saying things. I'm like, "Are you gonna kill me? What's happening? Are you coming?" Like I didn't trust her, and I believed at that point in time it was dark. She could have done anything to me, and this was someone I love so dearly. Like that's to tell you how bad it is for me. Like it's just really difficult for me to trust people. But when I trust you, I keep you really close, and I
Mm.
trust you with
And
all.
I love
But
that.
it's also easy for me to let you go.
Yes. No, I don't let my
I
friends
let
go
go easy.
easily.
If I have to, I will.
Yes.
I don't get
Unless
attached.
you see that, unless I see that, it's going to cause me a big damage,
Mm-hmm.
or you've caused me damage or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. But all my friends I treasure. I have a very
Mm-hmm.
small
Same.
circle.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, but I have a
Same.
very small circle.
Yeah.
So if I trust you, if I say, I tell, okay, I'll ring you morning to evening. It doesn't matter what time of the day.
Really?
I will ring. Yeah, I'll
Don't
ring
ring
you.
me.
But believe me, the same
Uh,
phone I'll ring you the whole
yeah.
day. It's the same phone I'll ignore other calls the whole day.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
it will be like, okay, I need to talk to Ethel about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's the only person who can understand me.
Yeah.
But once I realize that, okay, Ethel,
Mm-hmm.
she's not who she says she is,
Yeah.
it's easy. Then I
To
just
let
back off.
go. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm similar. Yeah, it's difficult. Like, it's difficult for me to trust people, but when I trust you, unless you give me a reason to think
Yeah.
otherwise, it's very easy for me to
No,
let go.
even
But yeah.
somebody can come and tell me about someone else, and I will not listen. If you have not affected me directly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to listen to anyone unless
Mm-hmm.
you do it to me.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. That makes sense. That's fair.
So yeah, then we
Yeah, that
reached.
was a really good episode. And then after that, we went on to talk about, was it life before and after marriage?
That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was really good to hear from Beth and David.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice to hear their stories, what they're experiencing from
Mm.
being in an interracial relationship to having children and what
Mm.
their experiences have been like. one growing up here, which I think I really love the storyline of the whole season, is how people's life, like our paths, although very different, but
Yes.
still very similar with the experiences. It could be because, yeah, we're minorities, most of us, not everyone. Here, maybe that's why, but yeah, like someone coming, you know, as an international student, someone coming here where they were young, when they were really young, or being born here. But again, I guess being from that minority crowd, the experiences are different. Even for, I guess the first one, to go back with Tatum, yes, she was born here. She's not necessarily a minority in that sense, our sense of, you know, people from culturally and linguistically diverse background. But she still had so much to share, and her experiences were also somewhat similar to others as well. Yeah, upbringing and things. Yeah, I think all the episodes were really nice. And then I think after life before and after marriage, we shot
Healing from
broken relationships. That's the one. Yeah.
It was actually a very good topic. Just hearing a lady that once was broken pick herself from that, I would say, den, pick herself up and rebuild herself again. Not many people would share their stories, to be quite honest with you.
She's very brave.
She's very brave.
Yeah.
She's very brave.
Like, I really admire Jay, like coming out, the way she shared her story, not getting emotional about it, because I was touched. Like, yeah, the things that happen in DV and I guess relationship in general, we all put on this facade of, oh, things are perfect. Not we all, some people.
Culture where women, everything, it's a woman's fault.
Yeah.
A man is never at fault.
The fingers are pointed, the blames at women.
Having that courage to say, you know, enough is enough. I have to, whatever happens, I have to walk away. Yeah,
it's really difficult, and even for men, but of course the statistics are much more higher for women, hence why we're talking it out from the lens of a woman in this case. But yeah, no, I'm glad that she found her way, she refound herself and her purpose, and wish her and her family and her son well. And it's really sad, because I hope in the future the number goes to 0. Not 1 in 11 women, you know, dying and being killed in the hands of a partner, an intimate partner. It's really sad.
It is sad.
But let's hope, as people who watch this, if you're going through anything, there's always someone to speak to. Either professional help, family, but not family who would enable the situation, but family who would support you to make things better for you and your situation where you are.
Sometimes it's actually really hard to approach a family or close friends, because when you're going through the process, you feel shame. And if you hear what she discussed during the episode, was quite touching.
It was
quite touching. And there's a lot of women who are going through that because of the shame, because of how will I be viewed, like, you know, men are abusing their women. Women are also abusing men. So it goes both ways, you know. And with, as we said, with women, it's easier. For men, it's like, even if I go and tell somebody about it, nobody's going to hear me. So many, more especially women, they will stay in the relationship because of their children, or because of
even financial dependence as well.
So that makes it hard for anyone to, for most people. The cost, as I said, the cost that comes with it is more than just the person walking away, because she's going to be like, okay, the life I've lived, I've known this person for the years I've wasted with this person, or I'm this old. Where am I going to start from? You know, I have the kids. Yeah, it's not all about financial, but emotional part of things.
Of course,
it's really hard, and sometimes you get judged.
Of course,
Yeah, you get judged.
Even by your own self, you judge yourself, let alone community, family.
And then you have friends who are married.
Lots of micro and macro challenges.
I've had. Okay, personally, I'm a single woman with the 2 kids, but you hear people say things in my face, like, oh, you need to get yourself a man, you know, you will grow old, all your kids will go away, you will be left there. And I'm like, hang on a sec. Do they know what I want? What do I want?
It's all about you and what you want for sure,
Yeah.
which I think a lot of our guests touched on, and it was
Yeah.
what really like self-reflection. I love myself, you know, continue to invest in yourself as an individual. Yeah. And I think the next episode was really great.
Creating
Peace with,
within
yeah.
you. Yeah.
The guests they were really good. Like just hearing Mark and Nicole, their stories they shared,
I
it
know.
was very
And
wow.
I love Nicole's relationship
Yeah.
with her mom.
Yeah.
Seeing how her relationship is with her mother makes me want to grow up and have that kind of relationship with my daughter.
I hope you will. I'm sure
All
you
of
will.
us. It was really good to know from two amazing
Miss World Australia finalists 2023 and 2024.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's really amazing to get to hear from them.
Yeah.
Having come from a different background, breaking barriers. So I feel it was very empowering.
Quite, I would say inspirational for a lot of young girls, even for me who did something similar, not at the same level, I would say, or in the same capacity, like hearing them and how they've, you know, overcome their barriers and challenges, I was wowed. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice to see young girls having dreams, like big dreams and goals. I think what Pauline really shared, I don't want to do, not I don't want to, but it wasn't necessarily me to go and just study and become a doctor or whatever my parents wanted me to be. And she followed her path. I want to be a physiotherapist.
I've learned something like let my children explore what they're good at and support their dreams. Do you agree?
I don't know about that. I think this is where the Nigerian in me kicks in.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, but look, if my daughter wants to dance, I'm going to support her. Yeah. If she wants to become like, I want to be a ballerina, I want to do this, I want to do, maybe that's a side hobbies. That's a side.
So that means you're not fully supporting her if it's going to be a side
her.
hobby.
As long as I'm keeping her in school and she's pursuing her, professional career or like, yeah.
But then that could become her professional career. For me, though, I'm happy for it to become your professional career. However, I don't want you to do something as a hobby. At the end of the day, you make nothing out of it. You come to my house and you're looking for food.
It's all about the money.
You're looking to stay, looking for somewhere to stay.
Just remember, if I take my kids out, like, okay, I'm taking them to the dance school and all that, and all those kind of things, that's actually money I'm investing.
Yeah, it's an investment.
So it's not something that I'm just doing it for. They're going to do it. They will do it. But with the children now, it's about, okay, let them explore.
Yeah.
Let them explore. Whatever they find that suits them, then it's okay. Some of them will be like, I don't want to do that. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm strictly like, do this, I might end up imposing my own dreams on them. What do my children want? Yeah.
Sometimes I don't see anything wrong with that,
most
Jen.
of our parents have imposed their dreams on us.
And I don't know, as long as it's for the better, I personally don't see anything. If you enjoy it, why not? For me, though, I don't push things on my kids, but I expose them, like you said, let them explore. I expose them. However, I do put it in their head, let them think about it. Not like my little one's like, I want to be a hairdresser. I'm like, that's great, but because again, I think she was told that at childcare. Because I know for my first one, they told her, you'll be a great mom or something along those lines. But no, I tell her, did you know you can become an engineer? I want them to be in the STEM field. That's what I prefer if possible.
Yeah, like I've seen my kids
you have stability.
I want to be, I know with my son, I want to be, actually, my daughter came back and said she wants to be a hairdresser. I'm like, oh, that's great. Let's check. Oh, hairdressers earn money as well. So one of the things is I want my kids to value whichever job anybody is doing is actually important.
Of course, yeah.
From a cleaner to whatever it is, it's important. So when my child comes and tells me that, I want to do this, I know they're young, they're exploring. One day my son last year, I think it was last year, he came back from school very excited. He said, I want to be a businessman.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's what he
said. That's a good dream and a big goal, and I like that.
The story behind it. He said, I want to be a businessman. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And I say, hang on a sec. I said, okay, what kind of business are you going? That I'm going to be selling fruits.
It it's a great business.
He
It's
said,
not
I'm
like-
going to be selling fruits.
They
I'm
make a lot of
you know what
money.
I said, okay, Baba, what's happening at school? That, oh yeah, we're doing goodie patch. We're going to goodie patch. Then before that, I'm like, oh, yes, you see. Then I'm like, what is happening at school? He's like, I'm like, are you doing something similar at school? Then he's like, oh yeah, we're doing goodie patch at school. Then I was like, okay. So,
What's
but
goodie
you
patch
see,
though? Sorry.
goodie patch, I
For me
think
or for
they,
others?
uh, it's a look, they go and sell certain things like
Little chocolates.
they put a
Oh.
stall. So
Oh,
him and
okay.
his 5 friends have put a stall. They're going
Oh,
to
that's
sell. So
beautiful.
like
So he does have the business mindset.
yeah, he
Yeah,
does
it
have.
starts from
So
there. It
it
doesn't
starts
matter
from
what the
there.
product is.
So
Yeah.
he sort of made me laugh because, but it's not that. What he told me next, I said, "Oh, Baba, that's really good, but you need to study. You know, you need to study." He's like, "Mom, I'm working hard. I'm studying,
beautiful.
but I also love what I'm doing.
Of
You know."
course,
So I was
yeah.
like, "Go for it. Mom is here to support you. You wanna be a business person? Go for it.
Go ahead,
I'm
yeah.
so proud of you." So it's because they're doing something at school. So I don't want to shut him down. I want him to
Of course not.
explore.
Yeah. No, I think it's important to
Yeah.
explore things for sure. Yeah. In terms of, I want my kids, I tell them, and my
Yeah.
daughter knows this, and she says, "Oh, you want us to be anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can be anything, but I want you to know what else is out there. Don't just
Exactly,
think of the
yeah,
traditional
yeah,
roles."
yeah.
But the reason I say at the same time, I would encourage them to do specific roles or be in specific field or industry, really more where the future jobs are, like
Exactly.
IT or AI business, artificial intelligence. But even outside of that, though, because what I see, I know people go, "Oh, Asian parents push their kids." I think that's great, but if you have money, it solves a lot of, I would say, majority of our problems. I know people say money doesn't bring you happiness. Yes, fine, I believe that to an extent. But if you have money, a lot of the issues that you face, you'll be able to solve them. What do poor people care about? I'm not able to put food on my table or my kids' family's table. I'm not able to pay the bills. If you live on this side of the world, it's all about bills, bills, bills. So, but if you have a good job, at least that's one worry that comes out of your way. But I know, of course, the bigger your salary, the more your expenses. But again, it's up to you how you decide to fully manage that. But if you go, you become, again, you're doing a mediocre role where you're getting, I don't know, 60K a year or 50K even a year or less, or you're living on welfare. Your everyday worry is, how am I going to buy that next meal? What are my kids? The mates are going on a school trip or camping. I can't afford to pay the additional $50 for them to go, because if I do, we won't have food for the whole 2 weeks or fortnight. So hence why I would encourage them to take on certain opportunities. Again, if they have that capability to do so, which I believe my kids do, or most kids do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really hard though. But for me, I would encourage that, just because I think it would reduce a lot, like their stress level, compared to if they didn't. Anyways, overall, I just want them to be aware of opportunities out there. It's not just what they know, what they see mama and papa doing. It's beyond that.
True.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, we've done really well. Our episodes have gone really well. And I think the one thing that maybe we didn't mention in everything that I really wanted us to mention, everything we discussed was from a heterosexual point of view.
Yeah.
So for everyone out there, we don't mean to offend anyone else, but it is our experiences, and I guess of those we've invited as well. So we're just making that disclaimer, and we're not speaking for everyone or on behalf of everyone. It's only each guest that came in, the experience they shared, which of course a lot of us it resonates with. But yeah, and I think
So from here, what
where
next?
to? Yeah, that was where to next? What comes next? I don't know. What does the audience want? Yeah, definitely. I would say season two.
Season 2,
Yeah, we've done really well, and I think people have received it really well as well. We've gotten a lot of support and feedback. This time we're getting questions from a lot of our listeners.
Yeah.
So I would certainly say yes, there will be season 2, but what that would look like, yes, we're planning it. We have something amazing in store for you.
Yeah.
It's cooking
Something
well.
is cooking.
Yeah.
You know African beans. I don't know if everybody knows African beans.
No, I don't think I know
Those beans,
either.
you put them at night.
Oh,
for
yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah. I know even a lot of beans are like that though.
Is
Not the
it?
black-eyed
No.
beans. The black-eyed beans are pretty quick to
Yeah.
cook, but
But not the beans here in Australia.
some of them are. They take a while. Like the kidney beans take too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Congolese people eat kidney beans. I'm sure a lot of other cultures do too. And that kidney beans takes hours to cook. But you know what's amazing?
What?
Pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Pressure cooker just makes
Makes everything
40 minutes you're
easy.
done compared to hours later. So or it could be the kidney beans I've bought at the shops, but they take
So
way too
yeah,
long.
so at the moment we're
Yeah.
not using pressure cooker, but we're using firewood.
Yes.
We're collecting the fire.
The traditional way.
we're doing the traditional way.
Yeah.
So definitely we got episode
Yeah.
season 2 coming, and
We have something amazing in store.
yeah, something amazing in store. You're really an amazing person to work with.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So are you. So far, so good. Let's hope it stays that way because people say
Exactly.
after a while,
Yeah.
yeah, it starts to get really tough and intense. But I think
But
we've worked well this season.
yeah, I think getting up and walking is the hardest, but we've managed to.
We're still crawling.
We're still crawling.
But at least we've started the
Yeah, we've
process.
started the process. But we've done really well, and the baby has been born, and now we have to make sure that we nurture the baby.
Nurture to grow, yeah. And thank you all so much. Like, if not for you guys, we wouldn't have gotten to this stage really, because we could have stopped
Yeah.
halfway somewhere in between. But you've really given us the strength and supported us
Exactly.
through it all. And again, this is not just about Jen and Ethel and our curiosity or what we think taboo topics that needs to be discussed in society is. It's more of you're the listener, you're the audience. What do you want to hear? What would you like us to share more of? So if you have anything, you can send it to our email, tranquildialogue@gmail.com. You can, DM us on Instagram or other social media platforms. We want to hear from you. We want to be able to bring your stories out there as well.
True.
Write us stories if you have questions. It could be we get our guests to answer them in the next season. Either way, we're super excited and we can't wait to share a lot more with you soon. Thanks again, Jen.
Thank you so
It's
much.
been a
See you
pleasure.
in the next season then.
Yes, see you in the next season. Bye.
Bye.